Hey there, welcome to Drawing the Circle Productions, Mark A. Lyons' first drunk tarot reading. Uh, I have some things to say before we dive into this. Uh, First of all, the reason I'm doing it is because I never read tarot when I'm drunk, and I do parties. Parties where there's a party going on, usually a bunch of people hanging out in like the living room, and I'm either in the kitchen or in a separate room doing one-on-one readings, right? I've been doing those for my entire career. And they're always like, oh, do you want a glass of wine? Oh, do you want to drink it? I'm like, water, please. It's like I'm such a professional witch and Virgo. It's like, nope, no, because I want to be clear. I want to be clean. And the reason for that has nothing to do with my intuitive skill at all. In me, it tends to shut off the edit function, the diplomacy, where ordinarily I would say like, well, feels like this is happening and this is happening, but after a couple of drinks, I'm like, oh, bitch, you're screwed. So I've already had a drink, and so client A, as we're calling him, is my friend Anthony. This was inspired, he's sitting right here. You can't see him, and this is an experiment. So if I ever do this again with a client, like we're figuring out what our format is and what works and what doesn't. So this is for entertainment purposes only. But you never know what the fuck is going to come out of my mouth anyway, let alone add alcohol. So I'm going to ask you, what are we drinking tonight, Anthony? Because we're both drinking it. A pretty little concoction that he came up with. I'll put up the picture.
I didn't come up with it. I got it in Boston.
Mhm.
They suggested it there. It's Angry Orchard mixed with Fireballs. It tastes like apple pie.
I'm kidding. I've already done a shot of Fireball and Angry Orchard. But what he did is he mixed it. Well, this picture has history. This belonged to, I believe, my parents when they were married. Can you say 1960s era? So we've got a picture of them. They're ice cold. We're doing shots of them. I may sip. But because this is our first time out, by the way, I said the prayer before. Didn't I say the prayer before I hit the record button? That my gods are in league, and I have Dionysus. I brought him in from outside. So we're just going to roll with this. Anything else? Oh, please, if you are triggered by alcoholic behavior, please just click off now. This is not meant to offend or really seriously trigger anyone. What comes through on the readings tends to be enough without without the alcohol, so we'll see. But it's really, my intention is to, and we were talking about this before, because we were watching, I forgot, we were watching Drunk History. That's what triggered the idea. Who were we watching? That was on the one you love so much?
Nicole Byer.
Nicole Byer, who's amazing. So I suck at names, in particularly when I drink. So, and it just triggered off, and we said, yeah, we'll do it. And today, it's like today's the day we're finally doing it. Yeah, dark moon in Cancer. So really, no offense meant to anybody. We're straying away from politics. We've already kept that because he's allowed to ask me anything, like about himself, about anyone else, but of course within ethical boundaries, because it's me. Still a Virgo, but that Pisces moon is having a field day, shall we?
Sure.
Okay, let's take a deep breath. Oh, and yeah, for each question at least.
Sure.
So here's your question number one. Shanti, tanta, salute. That's nice to sip as well as to shoot. All right. Angels, guides, and masters. The decks are ready. They've been blessed. So is the booze. So is the reader. So is the client A. Yes, his name is Anthony, but he's the first one. I had fun with that. Ask away. Hit me. What you got?
So with everything that goes on in my life, what should I be focusing on the most?
That's a really good general question to start with. So we're not going to go into the archetype cards, the Caroline Mace, because I have a feeling Caroline Mace might not be thrilled with this idea. So we'll keep her on the table, but I don't think we're going to draw from her. But the angels, the gods, and the masters for sure. This should be fun. So I'm going to tune to my friend Anthony here. Now, we've got similar guides, too. I don't know that we've talked about that, but we've got similar guides. So they're in for this. So my angels, please. One, now I can really feel it. My angels, one card, please, for this my brother, my friend, my past life son, Anthony. Just general focus, like what is it that he can focus on, because there's so much going on. Just one thing, and because he is an Aries, we'll ask for the Michaelites if they particularly have any influence here. A clue, a tip, a hint, romance. Now, yeah, that's exactly what you need to focus on right now. Focus on your studies, focus on totally his past life mom. But you know, romance, you know, when it's the angels, see the angels, like, yes, the romance angels, I get it. But there is also to stretch that out, to like have a romance with cooking, right? Not just food, but a romance with cooking, or a romance with art, or romance with yourself sounds a little masturbatory, granted.
Passion.
But yeah, to find what you really love and what you fall in love with. Like, I didn't think I was going to really enjoy these YouTubes as much as I did, but like, I'm having a fucking field day, and he gets to see the before, during, and after. As he's hanging out. All right, my gods, one in particular. Dionysus, sacred vine, dearest Lord, patron mine. One card, please. What is it with this? The angels are saying romance. What is it? Give us a clue, a tip, a hint of what he is to look at. Oh, the volcano. Now, look, the volcano is a 5 of flames, and people will say, ooh, the 5s. Well, the 5s are about change. That's why the 5 points of the pentacle. The 5 points of the pentacle, right? So, but with the element of fire, yes, often it's seen as this sort of embattlement thing, but it can be with this Pele the volcano, that there's something simmering down inside of you. So now, so it's like the romance thing with that, because that's creative energy and sexual energy, same thing, and it's second chakra stuff. It's second chakra stuff. So to clarify, to make sure I put the decks back on the selenite. Mother taught me when I was relatively young, a teenager, that the more you drink, the clearer your diction should be. So by the end of the night, I should be speaking high British. Queen's English. The masters are like, they're really glad we're doing this for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe there's info for somebody in this, but for me, it's something to do on a Monday night, dark moon in Cancer. Perfect. Actually, if you think about it, Monday night, dark moon in Cancer, yeah, we're pretty much there. So my masters, please, one card for this, my brother, my son, my friend, Anthony, and just something that he can focus on, a clue, a tip, a hint. Ooh, manipulation. Now look, this ain't a pretty card, manipulation, right? It's a puppet and a puppeteer. And I'm going to pull some cards to clarify this, but you know what I think I need in the meantime? Apple pie, you're right. I didn't get it on the first shot before we turn it on, but I like this.
Or like a apple Jolly Rancher.
Oh, totally, the Jolly Rancher aftertaste. Got it. Okay. So, sorry about the Jocelyn table, folks. You're going to have to deal, but shall we make an offering? I think we should make an offering here. I love you. He's like, just give me my grapes. Okay. I also have my cigarettes ready, so I'm fully equipped. Now, this card of manipulation, obviously, who wouldn't be like looking at that? And there are so many different ways to look at manipulation. For example, we are manipulating ourselves right now by drinking alcohol, but deliberately, right? So manipulation itself is a neutral word because, oh, here we go, ready? Oh, I've never done this with you. Pop quiz. My students are probably like, we know this one. Pop quiz. Good or evil? It depends on what I do with it.
Yeah.
I can light a candle for you and pray for you. I can set your hair on fire, right? It's like, it's neutral in and of itself. So, you have a headache, you take an aspirin, manipulation, prayer, magic. And with this 5, talking about the pentacle and the focus of the giving of what it is that you truly desire, what you truly want. And remember, this romance card, there's passion in there. You said that word, and you are an Aries, so that does make sense. That with manipulation, let's have a look-see-ducksy about manipulation of what?
Okay.
Because are you being manipulated? Are you being the manipulator? there's another card in that deck called Control, and you would say if somebody had that kind of energy coming up through their Kundalini system, because inspiration is like that sometimes, as is romantic passions and sexuality, you would say, well, you want to control that. How different is that from manipulating it? Because we can't just let it run wild on the streets. This isn't the 60s, and even then the 60s was pretty buttoned down. Am I digressing? He's like, you're totally digressing. So, my God, Dionysus, please, one card for this, my brother, my son, my friend, Anthony, for just a clarification. How many? No, two, but I'll draw from these. Clarification for Anthony on the terms of this manipulation. Okay, so there's security going down. Four of Pentacles is usually that holding on thing, but in this deck, it really is going to the well, right? Really having something worth holding on and treasuring and something like that. Then we've got the oppression card, one of the two devil cards in this deck. So in terms perhaps of finance and something being blocked, something being oppressed. And what I love about this card, although it's a little intense, now I'll pop a picture up there. Just hold that card for a second. If you see the woman under the rocks, look at the rocks. Their faces, right? So those are like the opinions and the thoughts and the people that might be weighing you down. Now, because I'm your friend, I might have a little insight into what that might be about in terms of your focus right now.
You drew that card for my true love. Want reading?
See, I don't remember from a regular reading being in the altered state. I'm not gonna have a fucking clue about this. So this should be fun to edit. Right, cheers, thanks a lot. So that would be my fourth. Not that I'm keeping count, but I'm keeping count, right? One before, when we started, so this is my fourth. Yeah, but then there you got the card of celebration. You got the card of revelation. Look, in just terms of like cards that jump out, and I rarely do that, but they were in my hand for long enough, nothing felt like putting it back. That sure, that there are security issues that you know, particularly minor arcana isn't necessarily always like security issues that way. It's an earth card, so it is about money and finances and resources and stuff like that that may be blocked right now. That there's an oppression there that really would be the celebration. Something is being revealed. The card of judgment, and if you look at the deck, you've gotten this before, right? Here, hold that for a second. Tell me where those women are. Just generally speaking, where are those women? Right, because it looks like at first that they're just like some women, you know, circling together on a mountain somewhere, but it is the mother's belly, right? Yeah. So they are dancing on the goddess. So something is to be revealed. Now, I do know a little bit about your situation, so I am kind of getting that the manipulation that's going on in your life is having an effect on your creative sexual energy. And why wouldn't it be? When money stuff is seized up, and that's the thing. So how do I know that? We got the Libra card here. So there's the Libra. Libra is about that, the two sides of the scales, interrelationships, partnerships, marriage, but also our relationship to our own shadow stuff, the stuff that we don't want to deal with, that we will often play out in relationships with other people. But it's okay because the financial part comes through. Now this card, Six of Pentacles, success. Now look at that card. Let's hold that for a second. That's like the Special Olympics. If you're in the race, you're a success. Do you know what I mean? It's like success under handicap. It's like even when you can look at that handicap as this this card of oppression. But it's something that the things will be revealed and you will have the breakthrough that you want there. So in terms of, you know, the thing focus on right now is say, yes, get your creative sexual energy going, and that will also, I get it, connect in, shift your energy that way. It will release some of the oppression that you're going on, you know, that's going on with you as something is revealed, leading you to success. Okay. The why I'm doing that, because you can't see Anthony, is because My youngest son has found a paper bag, and he's not that kind of cat usually, but
Special occasion.
he is doing it right at the foot of the Dionysus massacre there. So good? Was that good?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Now let me wait. Hit me.
I'm trying to think. So with that, there's something that's coming out. What field or direction would it be in? Because I feel like there's two paths.
Okay, so in terms of the situation,
what I'm truly looking for, that's like erupting out of me that I'm unaware of.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So my angels, one clear card, rep a piece of guidance and grace, a clue, a tip, a hint. Balance. That of the two of them.
Great.
It does make sense, right? Balance. That of the two.
What else would it?
Right. It's like because it's not.
That's very on brand.
It's very on brand. You know what that is. You know what that is. I had to use it once. Another offering, in case I need it, right? All right. So, do you want me to keep running with that, or does that really answer that question? Because then that's a shot.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep going, but like I get it because it's me.
That's the thing, that we're so trained to think either or, when sometimes it's a both and. And I learned that from my friend Elizabeth Kiefer. And Elizabeth, if you're ever watching, is one of my dearest friends, Scorpio sister. Shimmering Heart Creations, go check her out on Facebook. Melchior agrees. All right, so hit me again. I'm ready. That was fun. Oh, which that means I gotta snip this right here.
So since I'm focusing, what I need to focus on now is the passion within me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, keeping a balance between both.
Mm-hmm.
When should I start focusing on love?
I mean, I could give you the off the top of my head. It's like, love is the answer. You should focus on the loving of yourself. And
Yeah.
True, but not helpful.
Yeah.
See, I mean, and I know you enough, and I love you enough that, of course, if you were, well, that's why I wouldn't necessarily read a paying client drunk, because how could I possibly deliver some of that stuff? So, of course, I'm going to edit with you, but I'm going to keep going. We also know that this is an experiment and that it won't really, I'm not going to go there, because you want to know something else? I'm a fun drunk. I just am. When Dionysus is your patron, you've been through a majority of your addiction issues already by age 50. It's like, you can have a drink. You could do this. Let yourself run wild. So what was your question again?
When should I start focusing on love? If I should.
Okay. So what you're asking is, am I ready for a relationship? Am I ready for that romantic partner, twin flame soulmate, more than just a hookup?
Yeah.
Because hookups are hookups, and they're fine, and that's why we have apps. We're in the new world. So the angels are like, not so much our terrain. It's like, we want the gods and the masters have something to say about this. Oh, and then we'll pick one of the whispers of love. Oh, he's refilling the what is that? The current. Oh no, you're refilling your own. Yeah, he's got a pitcher just for me, but he's got himself a pint glass. This is fun. All right. Dionysus, sacred vine, dearest Lord, patron mine, draw me closer into thee, enter gently into me, Lord of passion, God of wine, fill me with thy light divine. Take me now so all may see thy gift of sacred ecstasy. Arthananda Draxia, Arthananda Draxia, Arthananda Draxia Hum. All right, these cards are ready to dance right out of my hand. All right. So in terms of when, I understand the timing of the when question. But
out of pure curiosity, not
because it'd be great if I could go.
I know.
December 22nd, which would actually be Yule, like at Yuletide. And yes, cards can do timing, Oh, look, but okay. All right. I just saw, look what's at the bottom of the deck, the Lovers card. Okay. So it's just like, it's in there. It's not, that's the thing. It's like, it's not separate from everything else going on in your life. Again, we're taught to compartmentalize that first you get this together and, yeah, you know, you want to brush your teeth. You know, there are certain, yes, step-by-step things we have to do in life. But when it comes to which petal of the flower, sometimes you just got to take care of the overall health of the flower itself, and the petals will grow on their own. Deep. Not so much. Again, true. Is it helpful? Let's get hopeful. My gods, please show me where he is on the path of true love. I know he didn't ask, but I am.
Self-promotion.
Well, but well, true. But that's kind of what you're asking, though.
Yeah.
You know, is the larger mystical piece of it. It's like, give me a clue, a tip, a hint. I think when people want to see the whole story planned out, it's like, it don't work like that. That's why prediction, you can forecast, you can feel out, but we're talking in, I'm going to say, a near infinite quantum web of variables that all play themselves out somehow. So we can navigate our way through that. Yeah, but I think that has to do with more about the spiritual path than anything else. But I would. So, my gods, oh, please show me where Anthony is. Here it is, on the path of true love. You got the star. You got the star. Now you're a reader. You know the star, and you would probably go and look it up on every fucking book and every fucking site that exists to get and that's smart, actually, to load your mind with as many definitions and interpretations as you can on the intellectual side, so that the intuitive side can then go, yeah, but no, it's this one. Like, no, yeah, I know that's true, but that's for this one. So as I'm tuning to this, you're in the place right now of guidance and grace. The star card I've always seen as a card, yes, of hope. Certainly, particularly if you've ever read the Mythic Tarot, it's Pandora's box, and the star is the hope that does not escape. But we have always oriented ourselves to the stars, even Polaris, to find, the North Star, to find our way. So there is guidance and grace. I've also always felt that the star card is in its way the more higher vibrational, spiritual card within the major arcana. Certain combinations can certainly increase or diminish that to an extent, but particularly because we're looking at a new moon there, or a first crescent, right? Yep, that would be that first crescent side of it. That because we're heading into this new moon too, it might be a good time to say, okay, well, if there is something for me to be guided by, to be called forth in terms of the path of true love, because how old are you?
27.
Yeah, 27. Isn't that cute? Mind you, I was like married to my first husband at 22, so age means nothing.
By your standards, I'm an old maid.
No, well, let's not go that far. We're in different times now. I mean, come on. I survived the 80s and got married in the early 90s. So, well, it wasn't legal marriage. It was a guy, but... so, you're doing it in a very different era than I am. But it's so funny. It doesn't matter what the era is, the path of true love, some of the landmarks are just the same, no matter the when or the where. Truly classic, truly eternal. So, my masters, is I can run on, so please get another shot. After I lay this one down, please, some cards. We'll take more than one. For this, my friend, my brother, my companion, my buddy. I don't do sidekicks. You're not a sidekick. You're too close to be a sidekick. Show me where he is. Give us a clue, a tip, a hint. Where he is on the path of true love in this one. Okay, I didn't even look at what they were. Independence and truth. I would call this a hermit card. That right now you're like, I don't need nobody. I can do it myself. I don't need all I need in my life is this pack of cigarettes and this mouse. Sorry, little Steve Martin update there, the jerk, but with truth. There, you just sit with those for a minute, sweetheart. You can let them roll around in your hands while I do my next. And then there were 5. Oh, I want a cigarette. Okay. So you put that in there. Now look, independence, tricky subject there. Independence, because we're supposed to stand on our own 2 feet. Yes, you are supposed to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and pay your own bills to the best you can, but it's all give and take in this world. The type of independence this card usually talks about has more to do, like on in the picture, going to a deserted island and pushing the fucking boat back in the water and say, leave me the fuck alone. I have such a strong hermit tendency. I'm like, sounds like a good idea if it's with truth. Because what we're looking at here is, where are you on the path of true love? And you've got the truth card. I almost smoked my wish cigarette backwards, and I'm sure some of you were like, no! He's like, wasn't me. Or yes, it was. All right. This is going to be so much fun to edit. Visual fini. All right. We're using the Whispers of Love. I love these cards. They have moved me emotionally.
This is the deck you got in Saratoga?
Yeah. Saratoga from the Magic Moon. Go see Veronica. Tell Mark I love them. I had so much fun there. I want to go back. You heard me talking to Mom before. Now she's like, if you can make that kind of money in one day, you can go back. Can you imagine going there once a month? I would drive them nuts. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
God got us all that is. Ante up. Are you in? Yeah. God got us all that is. Please, one card for this. My son, my brother, my friend, his hero on the journey of the path of true love. Just a clue, a tip, a hint as to where he is and what he can focus on in terms of the when, in terms of the what, the where, just all of that, to put his mind at ease and burn the cards. Hard to do that. We're good. Didn't lose the cherry. A clue, a tip, a hint for what he can focus on. There you are. This one. Okay. So where you are on the path first. You are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. We'll do that for you there. There. Go rub it on your third eye. Not too much, though. You know, other people have to touch it. And to what to focus on. Like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. And that's the thing. I find you to be very, very loving as a friend, very, very loving. I hear, stories about you as a coworker and stuff like that, and how you interrelate with people. So I would say we'll actually leave those on the table for the moment, because you are limitless, and like attracts like, then attract to you the limitless as well. Now, there's all that law of attraction stuff, which Matt Kahn called some of it the flaw of attraction, and I almost peed the bed laughing. It was so good. So, there's an upgrade. You're a millennial that is absolutely incarnating into the very, very crucible of the time in which we lived. You know what I mean? It's not like this. It wasn't like this 100 years ago. It probably won't be like this 100 years from now, if there's 100 years from now. So for you to get the thing like, yes, I am independent in the sense that I get to make my own choices. I can follow my own star or not. I can isolate. I can pull back. That's not necessarily an immediate sign of depression or shutting people out if it is in search for the truth. Because there are certain doors you can only walk through alone. It's just how it is. I didn't write it that way. I wouldn't have written it that way. But there are just certain tears only you could cry, or certain truths that only you can be ready for at a particular time. Because most of the time we know them, we're just not willing to say, yeah, that really is the truth. This is how I feel, or this is the way things really are for me. So to get that part of that truth is that you are limitless. Then, like attracts like, that absolutely indicates Not that you need to patrol your external world of saying, what am I attracting now? What am I attracting now? Because one day of work in retail, honey, I get it. You could be just like, why the fuck did I attract that? Crazy bitch from hell, right? Or crazy whoever from hell. That's why I don't do retail anymore. My exes come too quick. I'm trying to move them more towards blessings. And remember, if anybody doesn't know this, thank you means fuck you in retail. I think my mom told me that as a teenager. I never forgot it. Thank you. No, thank you for shopping Porter's books and music. I can say that. They don't exist anymore. Good?
Yeah.
What else you got? Because we could do a bunch of these
I
and
know.
edit out the ones we don't like.
I know.
Shlanta. Here we go. I'm really, and you know what? This will be what, number 6?
Yeah.
So since this is number 6, and really it's Angry Orchard with how much Fireball?
I added a little bit more, but for a picture full, it's not.
It's so this isn't like Blotto Maker.
No.
Not for our first one. I think we should do a Jägermeister rating.
Oh, that me too.
Oh, I could. I haven't done Jägermeister since my Boston days. Any of my friends from the bakery watching this? Jägermeister.
It's mostly just the taste. It's got that licorice taste.
Yeah, but ice fucking cold in the winter. Oh, so good. So good. And when you throw it up, it's not that bad. It's kind of tasty. There's no accounting for taste, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Still not completely convinced I'm not related to the Howells in some distant way. With my DNA, who knows? 6? 7?
6.
6. They're probably counting, yelling. 7! 7! All right, what else you got for me?
I guess I'll ask about my dreams.
Okay. Now, just as a little preface here, we've talked about his dreams a lot in the past few days. So he does have. So this is good. You're not really. You're asking them through me, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to try and keep my opinion out of that because we've already talked about that, and I can do that. I mean, I do spiritual counseling all the time where I know the person's story. That's different than a reading, which is why I often prefer to read total strangers. So they're like, oh my God, how do you know that? I'm like, oh my God, why are you paying me money? so my angels, you don't know your moon sign, do you? Yeah, no. We'll have that prepared for another time. Just hopeful to know. Because I am feeling the Gabrielites, particularly that emotional, watery, subconscious stuff. So whoever wants to contribute is Dark Moon in Cancer right before Black New Moon. Like, we have to call it because it's the second one in the month. It's a Black New Moon. It's like we didn't have enough drama around the astrology with 10,000 retrogrades and eclipses. So here we go. What we can say, maybe that's why your dreams have been really kind of, I wouldn't say fucked up, I would say active.
Yeah.
So my angels, please, can you give us a clue, a tip, a hint? Absolutely, they said, about what's going on with Anthony's dreams. You read it out loud first.
Dreams.
Okay? They said absolutely. I'm
They're
like,
just dreams.
They're just dreams. It's just dreams, sweet darling. Drink it off, darling. Have another drink. Correct. Cheers. Thanks a lot. You can never have too many hats, gloves, and shoes. He has no idea what that means. I have not introduced him to the world. To the world. What did I show you?
Did a little bit last
night. A little
night.
ab fab. We did. Oh yeah. I showed him Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. We projected YouTube up on the big screen, and I showed him some stuff. I showed you a little Betty Davis.
Yeah.
He's yet to see All About Eve. I feel, as a past life mother, as just as a gay elder, it's my duty to do so. Eve, my understudy. Of course I knew. Show me my gods. I'm making him laugh. Oh my gods, please, one card for Anthony's dreams. What's going on with Anthony's dreams? Yeah, butterfly again. Okay.
Back to old movie references. What's the movie where the guy screams, "My petunias" or something?
My petunias?
I don't know, or something. Because the woman was really, she was being bitchy, and he's gay with his husband, and he's just she tramples over his garden. He runs out "My petunias." It's like this.
Why does that feel like birdcage?
Was it Birdcage?
That's a little obscure, but my mother.
I see the meme on Tumblr
My mother
all the time.
loves that movie, so I'm sure people will be comment in the comment section. By the time this hits YouTube, we'll know the answer. So back to your subconscious mind. Oh, what the hell?
Like I said, they're gay. That's wrong.
7? Shanta. There they are. My gods, please, one card about Anthony. What's going on with his dreams? Oh, 2 cards. Well, interesting. You got the 2 of Blades, which in this deck is analysis, and the other, the Witch, the Magician, the card of the Magician, that there is actually something major arcana going on here alone is enough to take heed, but that you are downloading something. I mean,
I am my best friend's external hard drive. That's what she calls me.
You're downloading from spirit, and it's processing. It's stuff that your analytical mind might not be ready for. Yep, I'm here. Naughtiness, come hither, laughter, and bad attitude. So what that says to me is that there's a lot of kind of like high vibrational stuff coming into come hither, naughtiness, laughter. But that with the bad attitude that's coming in, it's all been, shall we say, a tad apocalyptic. Like negative.
It seems very childish. Like the mothers come hither and all the other qualities are of the child.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on here? Because that card of the Witch is just so, that really does indicate, and of course it indicates that you have will, you have decision, you have, the Fool card is the 0. The Magician is the 1st, and in this deck, the Witch, with the complete fire, earth, air, water, and spirit alignment there. Card of clarity, please. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and the Pisces card with the mermaid there. In terms of, come here, I'm going to move you over here, that there is a lot of like money and success and balance going on your internal world. All 3 cards of these are pretty much reversed. And with the Pisces card on top of it, the symbol of the 12th house, the unconscious mind, the hidden, that you may very well be experiencing in your dreams the preparation that you need psychologically, at least on a subconscious level, to prepare yourself for that, because things are coming to you. And it's so funny, this card of naughtiness, it pops up quite a bit in readings, granted usually in romance, sexual kind of stuff like that as well. But remember, naughtiness is also that child that's like, I think I figured out how to, like, sort of like breaking the rules a little bit. And particularly there's that, that laughter with it. The bad attitude part, let's clarify that. What can you focus on there to shift that bad attitude? Well, guardian angel, that it's a higher self kind of thing going on. I'm going to say in terms of your dream life, that there's just so much going on in the subconscious mind right now, particularly with this Pisces card, right? All earth signs.
It's emotion.
Right? And Pisces is mutable water. So there's a lot of movement going on, but it's all affecting earth things, not just in your life, but I think on planet Earth in general. That because Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, the 12th house, that it connects into the collective unconscious more so than the other 11 houses and signs. That's why I'm a Pisces moon. That's why I can be like, I can kind of tap in, feel anything all the time. Yes, I come with sound effects.
No, I was laughing because your eyes are bloodshot.
Oh, are they just as bloodshot as can be? My eyes are so blue. So, did that help?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing about dreams. Now we've talked about this before, but as a sort of thumbnail version of that conversation, I don't remember mine. Like, I haven't remembered a dream in at least a year and a half,
Mhm.
2 years. And that dream was about somebody I cared about very, very much. And I actually asked them about it and everything was fine. So I was like, okay, why did I remember that
Yeah.
of all dreams? So I just think I'm doing enough emotional work and doing enough of this stuff that it kind of vents